overcomers in Revelations, and that's what I realized. I mean, my father was a priest, and he was overcome by every lust of the flesh, every sexual perversion. He smoked 3 packs of cigarettes. He was an alcoholic. He died 450 pounds, and I thought, oh my gosh, Lord, if you don't save me, I am going to die like that man. Mm-hmm. And I knew that that wasn't the normal Christian life. If I really have Jesus in my life and his Spirit, it says that we can overcome the flesh.
Yes.
And I knew that something wasn't right. If I don't have power and authority over the flesh, something is wrong with my Christianity. Mm-hmm. And I realized when I started reading in Revelations, and I even talked to my father about it before he died, that, you know, Jesus wants us to be overcomers. That is his will. He doesn't want us to be destroyed by our lusts.
Yes.
And really, without his Spirit and his people in our life, we have the potential to destroy ourselves with our lusts. Go ahead.
Well, you know, too, again, the exciting thing is like I was always trying to overcome in my mind, or with a book, or with tapes, or all those things, but to be able to really be able to hear how somebody really sees me. And it's been painful at times. I mean, I've had men come to me and say, you know, I don't trust you. You're a liar. You're a hider. You're a deceiver. And it's like I can either just, you know, flip them off and go back to hating men, or really go and take a look at the good, hard thing. And I mean, it's not always pleasant. I mean, truth is hard to take, but it's the only way that we will be set free. And I mean, it isn't a once, I mean, we can lose our salvation. It isn't a once saved, always saved thing. And that's the thing. I was raised Southern Baptist, where, you know, I quote, gave my heart to the Lord, and so I got my, you know, fire, insurance. I'm going to go to heaven. But it's such a lie. I mean, it's such a lie. Through one man's obedience, many are made righteous, the word says. And that's what I'm thankful for, because even way back 19 years ago, when I met Gene for the first time, and I saw a man of God who wasn't willing to compromise the love of the truth, it's like just sitting down for 12 hours. For the first time, we had fellowship. We had communion. And what is communion? Communion is being able to give an exchange of the Spirit of truth that's going on in me instead of quoting Scripture. I mean, quoting Scripture didn't do anything, but when it's like I felt like Jesus showed up at my house that day in the flesh.
And I think, you know, I think of that scripture that talks about despising the grace.
Yeah.
I came over to Linda's house one time, and she was trying to force pills down her father's throat. And I said, Linda, I don't think that's the Lord.
Right.
And she had the opportunity to decide if she was going to despise my words. And we ended up, her father was in terrible shape for 15 years, bedridden, sick, wouldn't, you know, went to the bathroom in the bed, wouldn't look you in the eye. This man got resurrected from the dead.
Yes.
And, you know, it was because she decided to start judging her own carnality and speaking the truth and loved him because she loved him, and addressing her whole, instead of manipulating and controlling him.
And I hated him because of my own bitterness and my own offenses and growing up, and he wasn't there for me what I thought that I needed and wanted. He was in church. I mean, he made me go to church. He made me go do all these things, and yet I looked at him and saw that he wasn't a man that was, you know, overcoming anything either as far as that goes. And so, I mean, it's just a great thing that Jesus can take a heart, a hardened heart of stone, and turn it to a heart of flesh through a character change, not through quoting scriptures, not through going to church, not through doing the outward works, but truly a born-again experience with Jesus Christ is a conversion of the heart made without hands, and being able to share. And to be honest, I was struggling today, Ceci, and this is what the Lord showed me, and being able to give and receive of the testimony of Jesus. That's communion.
You know, and bitterness does defile us, and really that's what it talks about in Hebrews, that we have the ability to choose whether we're going to be bitter at any point in time, and we do defile each other. And we're going to move along to a song right now